I always thought he was younger than that. He was in such great shape, always working out, and graduated from Downey High School in 1984, where he was an all-star athlete. Enjoyed seeing the pictures in the house and on Facebook this week and seeing him when he was in school. He then attended and graduated from USC. After college, he was a deputy sheriff in San Bernardino County. Most recently, he was a project manager for a company that took great pride in completing a state-of-the-art facility in Lompoc, California, that was a combined training center for police, fire, and EMS personnel. Abel had two little boys, Amos, 6 years old, and Amadeus, 9 years old. When I got to know Abel about a year ago, it was through a real estate transaction, and he was always kind of serious and didn't really, we were just getting to know each other. And as I got to know him a little bit, I saw his sense of humor. And one instance, Ruth shared a story with us about the two of them being at a local Jamba Juice. And they're there and they're waiting in line for, looking at the menu, and Ruth is focusing on the menu board behind the counter, and she's looking to see how much, the additives she's going to put in that drink and the protein, the different things that you can put in there. And she reaches over and grabs the hand of the guy next to her, and she puts her head on his shoulder and just kind of snuggles into this guy. But out of her peripheral vision, she saw a hat. And Abel wasn't wearing a hat. So she's cuddling up to some strange guy at the Jamba Juice. Okay, I guess that's where you go to pick up guys. Anyway, this guy, Abel's behind her, cracking up, watching the whole thing. Didn't say a word, just let her do that. And then she had to, endure the dirty looks from his family, because this guy was married. He was there with his wife and his kids. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. He had that dry sense of humor. He would, kind of look serious, but inside you knew that he was such an easygoing guy. An honest person, a kind person, and left a mark on a lot of people's lives. There's an author that I read occasionally. Henry Nouwen is his name. He was kind of a cool guy. He was a pastor at a place in Canada, Toronto, Canada, where they took care of men and women who had disabilities, and they cared for them. And he wrote a devotional, and he talks about remembering those who have passed. And he says, when we lose a dear friend, someone we have loved deeply, we are left with a grief that can paralyze us emotionally for a long time. People we love become part of us. Our thinking, feeling, and acting are co-determined by them. Our fathers, our mothers, our husbands, our wives, our lovers, our children, our friends, they all are living in our hearts. When they die, a part of us dies too. And that is what grief is about. It is that slow, painful departure of someone who has become an intimate part of us. So when Christmas, the New Year, a birthday, or an anniversary comes, we feel deeply the absence of our beloved companion. We sometimes have to live a whole year or more before our hearts have fully said goodbye and the pain of our grief recedes. But as we let go of them, they become part of our members. And as we remember them, they become guides on our journey in life. There are some friends of Abel's who are going to come up and share a few words. And if you guys could come up right now, that'd be great.
we're up here as a group. First off, I'm Tim Collins. Known Abel since 1975. And the two of us played football together for the Pop Warner Downey racetrack. We instantly became friends at that time, even though Abel went to some other school and I went to another one. But we did get to meet up later on at Downey High. We played football together for 4 years. Abel and I played freshman football together, and we got to go up to varsity together. Abel, no matter what was going on, if it was football, he hit you. And if he didn't, his crazy mohawk would. And all of you that went to Downey remember Abel and his crazy mohawks. Every year, football, he'd have his mohawk. The one thing also with Abel, pretty quiet guy. But no matter what, he always had our back. No matter what sport we played or he played. And Jeff Petchy and I were driving up here today talking. Funny, Abel played football for Pop Warner, but he never played football in junior high school. And I guess the reason he never played is because in junior high school it was flag football and he couldn't hit nobody. Abel has always been a great friend. He's always been faithful to his friends and to his family. He is going to be sorely missed for the great person that he was and is to his family, his friends, and his peers. Abel, you'll always be loved and never forgotten. God bless you, Abel. And this is one thing I have to say to Abel. He wrote something one year in my yearbook, and this is back to him. Between you and me, Abel, you're a real short guy. You love wrestling and football, and you're really cool. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Greg Thien. I went to Downey with Abel and played football with him. Abel was one of those friends that just left a real lasting impression on you. He was a great athlete and a really great friend. One thing that I admired about Abel was how humble he was. He didn't need to tell you how good he was. As an athlete or as a friend, he showed you. And that's something I'll never forget. In high school, everyone knew Abel didn't drink alcohol. Just something he didn't do. He basically carried a big jug of orange juice, usually with him to a party or something. And I always told him, don't worry, I'll drink enough for both of us. He always said something to me. He said it to me several times, and tonight it's really resonated that he goes, when you guys are out partying, just know this. That was just something about it that was so never forget is he did. Abel left us with way too soon. I will never let go of all the great memories. He's forever in my heart. Love you, brother.
I'm David Morgan. Also went to school with Abel. I've known Abel since 1980, when we were freshmen at Downey. Abel and I wrestled and played football together. So that's where our bond grew. Many hours on the mat, on the field, just camaraderie. Abel was a true friend, and I have great memories of our times together. We graduated in 1984 and took a class trip to Hawaii. That was a great time for everybody, anybody that we talk to. We all talked about it today, earlier, and a lot of great memories, and that was just our last little hurrah. We remember getting to our hotel, and our principal at the time, Mr. Chavez, we didn't want to put it in his face, but we got to the hotel, went to the bar, we all started drinking in front of him, and he looked at us in awe, and he was really cool, and Abel just started laughing, and he just thought that was the funniest thing, because the drinking age back then was 18. They don't do that anymore.
Good reasons.
But that was a crazy time. We were dancing, just to share a few things, we were dancing on the balconies of our hotel. We almost got kicked out one day because we were, Jay Ellsworth had heard it through the grapevine, playing on our little boombox, and actually the owner was across the way on the other side of the hotel, sent his security up to our room. They checked our whole room out. They were about ready to throw us out until we stopped all that. And Abel just thought that was funny too. He just thought it was just so funny. But yeah, Greg has great stories about us renting scooters on that trip, going off-roading, and they said, do not take these off-road, only stay on these specific roads. Well, we went off-roading, Greg and Abel crashed and flipped over, and Greg has his arm all scraped up, and of course, another good story. And then the luau, but Jeff Petchy ended that one. Great times at the luau.
Good 18th birthday.
Yes. All right. Well, the last time actually I saw Abel was quite a few years ago, our 10-year cast reunion. On the way there, we went together. We're all single. I think I was. Anyway, still, Greg, myself, Abel, and Dave Madsen. We drove together, and I was remembering that we were kind of, I don't even think we had tickets to that event. We just kind of like flew by the seat of our pants and just showed up just to have fun. And so we missed the dinner. We did dinner in a room, but on the way there, we noticed this little hotel off to the side, so we decided to go there. We saw they had a pool, so we all just stopped. I think we were in Anaheim, and this was a Disneyland hotel. We stopped in Anaheim, got out at this little hotel pool, started just, having a great time, crashed the hotel pool, stayed there for about 2 hours. We lost track of time, and then headed on back to the reunion. Got to the reunion, lost track of time again, just, messing around after not seeing each other for 10 years. Had a great time. A lot of great memories. He was like Greg said, he's probably the most humble guy. Any of us ever knew. He was respected by everybody, all of his friends, people who didn't even know him, because he treated everybody with the most respect. Thing I think about most with Abel, he just had that grin. He always had that grin on his face. You say something, and he's just always grinning at you, just laughing at you, kind of. But not really. He always had something to say. So mischievous. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Everybody that knows him knows exactly what I'm talking about.